Hey there, welcome back guys. We got a treat for you. We have the Echo, still the one, PB-580T. We're gonna be unboxing and setting it up, make everything just right for you guys. It is a little bit heavy, but it's supposed to go on your back. So without any further ado, let's get started. If you've been blowing like me for a long time, this video is special thanks to Ken, because I would be using this thing for hours in the yard. Ken came over with his leaf blower and we were done in about 30 minutes. So without any further ado, let's get started. If you got one of these things, it does work really well. But you know, for a bigger yard like this, it might be time to level up 4 years later so that you're no longer breaking your back and you have more time to spend with your family. So come. This is my preferred brand of leaf blower. I'm sure there are other ones out there. It's probably a really easy assembly. Looks like it comes ready to use, but you do need to put gas in there. So this looks like part 1 or part 2, not sure, but they're all pretty self-explanatory, outer part or inner part. But it looks like this might go like that and then turn it in. Looks like you can adjust it accordingly, like it turns in there. You just choose, see, it locks in, locks out. And this is probably the front. It's got a little scuff thingy here. I guess if you're really that short, you know, these options don't work out. Like if we put it down on the last one, it locks in. See? Just turn it so it's really tight. Wow, look at that. It goes even longer. We got another extension. It just doesn't end. Let's do it as we move forward. Ah, there we go. See that? So now this goes on like that. And if we can finagle it, see, it's pushed on. It's really easy assembly. It is kind of long though. I feel like I have a little Star Wars thing on. We have it right here. Comes with this thing right here. So you're gonna need a screwdriver to tighten that so it doesn't move. It does have a little clamp version over here. Looks like it's really adjustable. We have our little hand throttle thingy here. There we go right here. You have this little, looks like a bicycle brake cable. Here it is right here. It has like a little rubber piece there. Don't pull it. You can untangle this. This is the antenna so that you can attach AM, FM radio. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually the static discharge wire, which goes through here before you assemble it on. It has to go through this hole right there. Feed it through so that it goes in. You should see it go in. You can put your hand in there until it can't be fed no more. It kind of looks like a brake cable, but it isn't. And then what you'll do is you'll take this thing right here. Looks like your RC controller to your drone. We'll just turn this around a little bit this way so that we can see exactly where it goes. You know, there is no proper way to run it. There's a rubber band here. We'll just move that up a little bit. And then now this will go in like that. Okay. And then you just push it on like this. Squeeze it. If we can somehow finagle, got it, see? And there's our static cable right there. It's not, you know, it's pretty taut. And then we have this right here, a little hand throttle action, you know, which will go in your hand. Has a little adjuster thingy right here, so you can adjust it for that full throttle experience. And just do it until it's loose, see? And we can do that. And if you're not sure where it goes, just look on the box and you can see it goes right there. And then what you want to do is grab one of these tools. I'll leave a link to this in the description because these are a different kind of screwdriver heads. So let's test out the T27 and see if it fits in there. T27 fits. Hopefully my screwdriver will make the magic happen. If not, you can attach this to your average drill. What you want to do is loosen this bolt right here. See that? You could take it off or you slide it on, however you know feel works right for you. In my case, I'm gonna take it off. All right. So it needs a special head, and it's not your typical screwdriver head. I'll leave a link to this in the description. And then what you'll do is see how this doesn't go very far. What we can do is attach this. See how it slides back? Don't break your stuff. And then whoops, slide it so that this goes on right about there. And then you just slide it under. See that? Figure out an angle that works right for you. But as you can see, it clamps This seals the deal right here. And then you take your screwdriver, turn this, or drill, right? Whatever works right for you. Lock it in, make it tighter. See how there's a little groove right there? See the groove? So it just goes in between that groove. And again, 1 and 2 on the second one. And of course you want to make sure that this screw is tight too, as just to seal the deal. And for the next part, you'll just need a regular screwdriver. The smaller one is for the lower part, and the bigger one is for the upper part. You could unscrew it, or you can slide them on beforehand. In my case, I'm gonna have to unscrew it because I already have the arm on there, and it's a real pain in the butt to take off. We definitely want to run it over it. Slide this over like that. What you want to do is when you push this in, you could turn it by hand. It'll self-feed itself until it starts to take. See, it's taking slowly. We can start turning it, and as I turn it, it's going to see the wire. The wire, sort of like, you see how it's feeding through? It's coming out from there. You can see a little bit of it. As we turn the screwdriver, it might become a little more difficult, so make sure you seat it where it needs to. And pull these two together like that, right? Pull, and then see, that turns out like that. That'll help this cable right here. Turn it a little bit so that we can lock it again, right? So squeeze it, and then put this back in. It's a little tricky, requires a little bit of muscle, but so then now, see that one, now they're seated incorrectly. And then we can position this accordingly so that everything works out the way it's supposed to. And as I keep turning it, it's going to make it tighter. And ideally, that feels tight enough. You'll have to decide. And now we have the smaller one for that one right there. You have to adjust it so that you're happy with where that bolt is. All right, now we are ready to mix the gas. There's a little sticker right here. It has to be 50-1, but it's a gas and oil mix. I'm going to show you how to do that. As you can see here, you have a little thingy over here you can turn, and there's another one under there. We're just taking this off, and we can see what's inside here. It's the filter, really nice. They come out really easily. Have a couple on standby because you never know. I like to change my filters, a couple of times in the season, just to maintain continuity with the performance and make sure you mix the proper gas in there. So I'm just going to put this back on. Spark plug, filter, proper gas maintenance will help keep the machine at its optimal performance. But as you can see, in case you're wondering, the spark plug is right here. And always check, it's not corroded or anything. It looks good from here. If you ever plan to take it apart or service it, make sure that's disconnected so it doesn't start and you don't lose your fingers. Knowing that, moving forward, we can put this right about there. We're not going to start it. And then you probably want this to be in turtle mode. It's not stop, right? We don't want it at stop. We want to put it like right about there in turtle mode. And then we're gonna put some gas in here. We're gonna mix the gas and just check in here so you guys can see how it looks now. There's a little filter in there that you can pull out, but it looks like it's probably attached to this thingy right here. All right, so let's mix the gas. So if you have multiple gas containers or just any gas container, you want to write what is actually in there. Blower, mower. Every machine might have different mixture. In this case, this one's called blower, so I'll never confuse it because the right mix is in there. This is 1 gallon of gasoline. For every 1 gallon of gasoline, as you can see, this is a 50-1. I'll leave this in the description. Makes 1 gallon. They also have ones that make 2 gallons. So make sure if your container says 1 gallon, you get the 1 gallon. So just pop it away from you. You don't want anything popping in your face. So now for this, you push this like this, and then you turn it. So there's a lot of pressure. I don't keep gas in the shed. I keep gas outside. If you have that option to keep the gas outside, don't keep it indoors, their own. And now we pour one in. Remember, 50-1, okay? So this is the oil that goes in, and just pour the whole thing in. Funnel could work, or wherever. So now we'll put this like this. Make sure that's on correctly. Keep turning it until you can't turn it no more. We want to shake it up. Put the cover on just in case. Okay, mix it. Great, we're ready to start the pour. The gas is mixed up. Remember, you can press this with 2 fingers or 1 finger. Whoa, whoops. And then you push it in, and then we start filling it up. And then we just keep filling it up. And then we'll put this back, never, you close it to avoid residual of remnants going in there. Make sure our filter's tight, right? Because we did unscrew it. We have it in turtle mode, okay? So we can caulk it. And then we have under there is a little prime button. I'll show you guys. There it is. And what you want to do is push it. Prime it a couple times so the gas flows in there. Just keep pushing it until the pressure builds up. And you see there's no gas in there. So we want to fill it so that it just fills the line and there's no air. And now we are good to go. Now the hardest part is probably going to be putting this thing on our back. I'd highly recommend ear protection. And if all goes according to plan, remember you have this in turtle, you have over here caulked a little bit, right? Not all the way. Just lift that a little, right? Right here. We want to stop it. Down means it's at full throttle. We want it like half cocked, okay? And then now, if we pull it a few times, it should start. And then put your foot here at the bottom, and then we're gonna pull. Oops, might have to take off my glasses are fine. Okay, here we go. Voila, 2 tries. Would have been 1, but you saw it was like, I didn't pull it all the way. Now the hardest part, now it's idling, so we can push this like that, all the way down, okay? Now, we can blow like that, and this is the hardest part. Remember ear protection, noise cancellation's on, and put one here on that side. Watch that. And then one here on that side. Not so bad. Kind of neat, huh? Gotta love it. And now we can go. And that's just turtle. Remember, we can change the throttle to rabbit. So now we can put it in rabbit and let the magic happen. This mess over here. All right, we had to stop it for a little bit. This thing actually goes here on that side, the plastic part, not on here where I had put it. It flew off. But that's okay. We make these videos so you don't have to. So then you just have your screwdriver handy. Probably ideal to keep that bolt there in case it does become loose, okay? And everything else should be good to go. Now, the only problem is, you got my back, I got your back by making this video. Now I gotta take this off my back to start it again. That's the only downside. Wish there was like a start button. There is here. Put it in turtle, but you should be able to start it again at 1 pull if your gas mixture's in correctly and you have it at the right throttle setting. See? 1 pull is all it should take. And now back to our show. Kind of want to blow the opposite way of the wind and then put it back into rabbit mode. Rabbit. Great. Once you get out the kinks with the adjustments of the cable, figure out what works right for you. The throttle going, it should take 1 pull to start it, maybe 2, 3 the max. If it takes more than that, you got some serious issues happening. But if you follow all the steps in the beginning, except for this part right here, which was not put on correctly, you're good to go. And your cleanup, as you can see, we are golden. We're gonna have to get in there and pick the twigs up by hand, but it works pretty good. As for how loud it is, I'm not sure because I'll always wear earmuffs. And that's pretty much it. Ideally, on a day where there is no wind, it's optimal to blow because it's kind of like an uphill battle. So you want to blow into the wind, not against the wind. This thing pretty much fights well. Anyway, I hope this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Let's like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.